Your four favorites are Woman in the Dunes, Right Now, Wrong Then, McCabe and Mrs. Miller, and Taste of Cherry. You already saw most of my top choices, but here are the movies I'd recommend that you didn't have marked as watched. The Player came to mind because, like McCabe and Mrs. Miller, it was directed by Robert Altman, and it's about filmmaking, and the guy in Right Now, Wrong Then is a filmmaker, and it's self-reflexive like Taste of Cherry. Jean Dielman, like Taste of Cherry, is a minimalist film. The main character is a widow like the woman in Woman in the Dunes, and she's a sex worker like Mrs. Miller in McCabe and Mrs. Miller. All That Jazz is about a director like Right Now, Wrong Then. It's a little surreal like Woman in the Dunes. It's an American film from the 70s like McCabe and Mrs. Miller, and like Taste of Cherry, it won the Palme d'Or and deals with themes related to death. Since you like Woman in the Dunes, I highly recommend The Face of Another. It's from the same director. It was written by the same writer who wrote both the novels that the movies were based on and their screenplays. And Kyoko Kishida, who played the titular woman in the Dunes, is also in this movie. But I also think you might like Onibaba.